In 1974, a scientist opened a routine lab report and noticed something strange. The food sample was clean, the ingredients were correct. But the chemicals didn't match what was supposed to be there. Nothing had been added to the food. The contamination came from the packaging. At the time, this wasn't considered alarming, because food packaging was never meant to interact with food. It was treated as neutral, invisible, harmless. Just a barrier. That assumption shaped everything that followed. When supermarkets became dominant, food stopped being local. It traveled across states, across countries. It sat on shelves for weeks. Freshness became a visual requirement. Color mattered, texture mattered, shelf life mattered. Taste came second. Food reacts to its environment. Air breaks it down. Moisture changes it. Time degrades it. Producers needed control. Not over nutrition, over appearance. The solution came quietly. Plastic films, chemical coatings, synthetic linings. Each one designed to solve a specific problem. Block oxygen, trap moisture, prevent grease from leaking. And they worked. Food lasted longer. Colors stayed bright. Textures stayed consistent. From the outside, it looked like progress. But the testing followed a narrow question. Does anything break immediately? If the answer was no, the material was approved. Long-term interaction wasn't studied, because long-term problems are harder to prove. Over time, researchers began noticing patterns. Tiny amounts of chemicals migrating, not enough to taste, not enough to smell, but enough to measure. These chemicals didn't cause instant illness. They accumulated. Regulations allowed this, because the numbers stayed below something called safe limits. Safe limits assume exposure is rare. Food packaging is not rare. It's constant. Every meal, every snack, every day. Especially for children. Lunchboxes, plastic wraps, microwavable containers. Still, nothing dramatic happened. No outbreaks, no headlines, no moment that demanded action. And without a moment, there was no urgency. Packaging became more complex, more layers, more compounds. Food and plastic became inseparable. Eventually, the question shifted. It was no longer, is this safe? It became, is this dangerous enough to stop? And the answer was unclear. Because the system worked. And when something works, it becomes acceptable. even when it was never meant to be eaten.